Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow to find everything you've ever worked for is gone. Your job, your home, even your closest relationships, all stripped away. How would you react? Despair? Rage? Or would you stay calm, unshaken, and ready to rebuild? Today, we're diving into an ancient philosophy that teaches you exactly how to master that resilience. Now, picture this instead. The chaos around you doesn't shake you. The opinions of others don't dictate your actions. Every challenge you face becomes an opportunity to grow. This isn't a fantasy, it's the power of Stoicism. Being a Stoic is not about suppressing emotions or retreating from life. It's about facing life head-on, with courage, wisdom, and unshakable calm. It's the art of thriving in any circumstance. Over 2,000 years ago, philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus faced challenges not so different from our own: political instability, personal loss, uncertainty about the future. Their answer? A way of thinking that helped them find clarity and control amidst the chaos. And today, as we navigate an era of endless distractions, overwhelming demands, and unprecedented challenges, their lessons are more relevant than ever. What if you could turn anxiety into action, setbacks into stepping stones, and noise into focus? That's what Stoicism offers. In this video series, we'll uncover how Stoic principles can guide you to live with purpose, resilience, and fulfillment. We'll start by understanding what Stoicism really is and why it's not just ancient wisdom, but a modern superpower. So are you ready to take control of your life and unlock the mindset of a true Stoic? Let's begin. To fully embrace your Stoic self, you first need to clearly understand the Stoic foundation, 4 unshakable pillars that define the Stoic approach to life. These are wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice. Let's break them down. First, wisdom. This isn't just about intellect or knowing facts. Wisdom in Stoicism means understanding what you can control and what you cannot. It's the ability to navigate life with clarity and make choices based on reason rather than impulse. Think of wisdom as your compass, guiding you through the storm. Next, courage. And no, it's not just about bravery in battle or heroic feats. Courage in being a Stoic is about showing up every day, facing fears, enduring pain, and acting with integrity, even when it's difficult. It's standing firm in the face of uncertainty and never giving up on what truly matters. Then there's temperance or moderation. In a world of excess, temperance teaches us balance. It's the discipline to resist overindulgence, whether it's in food, entertainment, or even emotions. It's about living with intention, focusing on what's necessary, and avoiding the distractions that pull us away from our purpose. Finally, justice. To the Stoics, justice is more than fairness. It's living in harmony with others and contributing to the greater good. It's about treating people with respect, practicing kindness, and upholding the moral obligation to do what's right, even when it's inconvenient. Each pillar work together to create a framework for living a life of meaning, resilience, and virtue. They're not abstract ideals. They're practical tools for navigating the challenges of everyday life. And as we dive deeper into Stoic practices, you'll see how each of these pillars can transform the way you think, act, and respond to the world around you. But before we move on, take a moment to reflect. Which of these pillars resonates most with you right now? Where do you feel strong, and where could you grow? As we continue, keep these questions in mind. If there's one lesson from being a Stoic that can immediately transform your life, it's this: focus only on what you can control and let go of what you can't. This idea, called the dichotomy of control, is simple but profoundly powerful. Let's unpack it. So, imagine this. You're stuck in traffic, running late for an important meeting. Your heart races, frustration builds, and you start blaming everything: the cars, the lights, the universe. But what if, instead, you paused and asked yourself, what here is within my control? In that moment, you'd realize you can't control the traffic, the clock, or even the actions of other drivers. What you can control, however, is your reaction. You can take a deep breath, adjust your mindset, and perhaps even use the time to plan your next steps or listen to something uplifting. This is the dichotomy of control and action. The Stoics believed that much of our suffering comes from trying to control the uncontrollable. By redirecting your focus to what's within your power, your thoughts, your choices, your actions, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and disappointment. But how do you apply this concept in real life? Start with small, everyday scenarios. When a coworker criticizes your work, recognize that their opinion is beyond your control. What's within your power is how you respond. Whether you defend yourself calmly, use their feedback to improve, or simply let it go. Or consider relationships. You can't control how others feel about you, but you can control how you treat them, with kindness, respect, and honesty. You can't guarantee success in your career, but you can control the effort and attitude you bring to your work. The dichotomy of control is more than just a mental exercise. It's a way of rewiring your brain to focus on what truly matters. And the more you practice, the more you'll notice a shift. Problems that once felt overwhelming will lose their grip on you, replaced by a calm, steady confidence. Here's a practical exercise to try today. Think of a situation that's been bothering you. Write down everything about it, every detail that's frustrating or stressful. Then, separate those details into two lists, things you can control and things you cannot. Look at the second list and consciously let those things go. Focus your energy entirely on the first list, the actions you can take, and the attitude you choose to adopt. Remember, control isn't about domination. It's about clarity. It's about knowing where your power lies and using it wisely. And as you master this skill, you'll find yourself moving through life with a sense of ease and strength that few ever achieve. Now, let's explore the tools and practices that make this philosophy more than just an idea, but a living, breathing part of your daily routine. Living a Stoic life isn't about grand gestures or radical changes. It's about simple, consistent practices that align your actions with your values. These practices are the heart of being a Stoic, turning abstract philosophy into a guide for everyday living. Let's dive into the habits that Stoics swear by. 1. Morning reflection. Every morning, take a few minutes to reflect. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, famously wrote his meditations as a way to prepare for the day. He reminded himself to expect challenges, difficult people, setbacks, frustrations. This isn't pessimism, it's preparation. By anticipating difficulties, you equip yourself with the patience and resilience to face them calmly. Start your day by asking, what might go wrong today? How will I respond with grace, patience, and wisdom? This simple exercise primes your mind to stay steady, no matter what the day brings. 2. Journaling for perspective. The Stoics were big on writing, putting thoughts on paper to clarify them and gain perspective. Journaling isn't about recounting your day like a diary, it's about reflecting on your thoughts, actions, and emotions. What went well today? What could I have done differently? Where did I let emotions cloud my judgment? By writing, you create a space to observe yourself objectively. You begin to see patterns, identify areas for improvement, and celebrate your progress. Even 5 minutes a day can lead to profound insights. 3. The evening review. At the end of the day, follow another Stoic tradition, the evening review. Seneca, one of the Stoics' greats, described this practice as an opportunity to hold yourself accountable. Before bed, take a moment to review your actions and decisions. Ask, did I live according to my values today? Did I control my impulses? Where can I do better tomorrow? This isn't about self-criticism, it's about self-improvement. Each review becomes a step toward becoming the person you want to be. 4. Negative visualization. Here's a practice that might seem counterintuitive, but is incredibly powerful. Negative visualization. Imagine losing the things you love, your health, your job, even your loved ones. The purpose isn't to dwell on loss, but to cultivate gratitude for what you have now. By contemplating impermanence, you appreciate the present moment more deeply and reduce fear of the future. 5. Meditation on death. The Stoics often meditated on mortality, a practice called memento mori, which means remember that you will die. While it sounds morbid, it's actually a way to live fully. When you recognize that life is finite, you stop wasting time on trivialities. You focus on what truly matters: relationships, purpose, and growth. 6. Voluntary discomfort. Lastly, practice stepping out of your comfort zone. The Stoics believed that enduring small discomforts voluntarily builds resilience. It could be fasting for a day, taking a cold shower, or walking instead of driving. These small acts teach you to handle challenges with grace and remind you how little you actually need to be content. These daily practices aren't about perfection, they're about progress. By weaving them into your routine, you create a life that's not only more aligned with Stoic principles, but also richer, calmer, and more fulfilling. Next, we'll explore how being a Stoic can be your ally during life's most intense storms. When tragedy, loss, or unexpected hardship strike. Life is full of challenges, some big and some small. But the Stoics teach us that it's not the challenges themselves that define us, it's how we respond to them. When tragedy strikes, or we face loss, disappointment, or hardship, it can feel like the world is caving in. But this is where being a Stoic truly shines. Adversity is opportunity for growth. The Stoics believe that adversity is not something to avoid, but something to embrace. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often wrote that challenges are opportunities for personal growth. When we're faced with difficulties, it's a chance to practice virtues like courage, patience, and wisdom. Instead of seeing hardship as something negative, the Stoics encourage us to view it as a test of our character. Let's think about a time in your life when things didn't go as planned. A personal failure, a missed opportunity, or even a painful loss. How did you respond? Did you allow yourself to be swept up in frustration, or did you seek the lesson hidden within the experience? Stoics would encourage you to reflect on what you learned from it and how you can emerge stronger. Develop emotional resilience. Your path to becoming a true Stoic teaches you emotional resilience. Instead of being ruled by fleeting emotions, whether anger, frustration, or fear, Stoics practice the art of emotional detachment. This doesn't mean suppressing emotions, but rather recognizing them, understanding them, and choosing how to act despite them. Take the example of losing a loved one. It's natural to grieve, but being a Stoic teaches us to also embrace the idea of accepting the impermanence of life. We remember that death is part of the human experience, and while the pain is real, it's something we must endure with dignity. We can honor the person's memory by focusing on the positive impact they had on our lives, rather than being consumed by sorrow. You can start turning setbacks into wisdom. The Stoics didn't see setbacks as failures, they saw them as necessary learning experiences. Epictetus, a former slave who became a famous Stoic philosopher, said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Think about how often you've faced challenges in your own life and learned something invaluable from those struggles. Every hardship holds a lesson, and by shifting your mindset, you can extract that lesson and use it to grow. You learn how to build endurance for life's storms. Being a Stoic equips us with the endurance to face any storm. Whether it's financial struggles, family conflict, or unexpected illness, we can face these challenges with a calm, rational mind and an unwavering commitment to virtue. The Stoic believes that no matter how severe the storm, it can't shake the foundation of who you are unless you allow it. In the face of crisis, the Stoic response isn't to panic or lose composure. It's to step back, assess what is in your control, and calmly focus on how you can handle the situation with wisdom, patience, and dignity. No matter what you're going through, remember that the power to respond to life's challenges lies within you. By becoming a Stoic, you can turn adversity into your greatest teacher and emerge from even the hardest times stronger and wiser. In the final part, we'll explore how Stoic principles can bring lasting peace and fulfillment, transforming your approach to both daily life and long-term goals. In a world constantly moving at breakneck speed, filled with distractions, expectations, and endless demands, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. We're bombarded by external pressures that pull us in every direction. But being a Stoic offers a way to center ourselves, to build a life of peace and fulfillment, no matter what's happening outside. Borrow this Stoic ideal and get inner peace. One of the most profound aspects of being a Stoic is its focus on inner peace. The Stoics weren't concerned with acquiring wealth, status, or fame. Instead, they believed that true fulfillment comes from within, from cultivating virtues like wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. By aligning our thoughts and actions with these values, we create a life that is grounded and centered. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This simple yet profound truth teaches us that the key to peace is not in external circumstances, but in our internal state. If we can master our thoughts, if we can choose to see life through the lens of virtue and wisdom, we can find contentment even in the face of adversity. How you can start living in accordance with nature. The Stoics believed in living in harmony with nature, not just in a physical sense, but also in a philosophical sense. They believed that we should accept the natural flow of life and understand that we are all part of a greater system. Life has its rhythms, and there are times of plenty as well as times of scarcity, times of joy and times of sorrow. By accepting that we are part of this larger, ever-changing world, we stop fighting against it. We stop expecting life to be perfect or always go our way. Instead, we learn to accept things as they are, knowing that nature and life always has its ups and downs. This acceptance allows us to live more peacefully, regardless of the external noise around us. Now, let's understand the role of daily reflection in your quest for Stoic knowledge. Among the daily practices the Stoics emphasized was reflection. In fact, Marcus Aurelius himself wrote daily entries in his journal to reflect on his actions, his thoughts, and the ways in which he had lived up to his ideals. This daily self-examination allowed him to continuously improve and stay aligned with his values. Reflection allows us to check in with ourselves. It's an opportunity to pause and consider whether we're living in accordance with our highest ideals. At the end of each day, take a moment to reflect on your actions, your thoughts, and your behavior. Were you patient? Did you act with kindness? Did you let external events disturb your peace? This practice helps to refine our character and brings us closer to the Stoic ideal of living a virtuous life. How to develop gratitude for the present moment. In a world that is constantly chasing the next big thing, whether it's a new promotion, a new relationship, or the next vacation, it's easy to forget the present moment. Being a Stoic teaches us to appreciate the here and now. The Stoics practiced gratitude as a way to maintain contentment no matter what they had or didn't have. Seneca, another prominent Stoic philosopher, said, "It is not how much we have, but how much we enjoy that makes happiness." This is a powerful reminder that fulfillment doesn't come from acquiring more, but from appreciating what we already have. By developing gratitude for the simple things, the roof over your head, the relationships you cherish, the health you possess, you can find peace in the present moment. You can create lasting peace with amor fati. A key Stoic practice that can help us cultivate lasting peace is amor fati, which translates to love of fate. This means accepting everything that happens in our lives, even the difficulties, as part of our unique journey. Instead of resisting hardships or wishing they didn't happen, we embrace them as necessary parts of our growth. Seneca also encouraged us to consider what is not good for the beehive cannot be good for the bee. In other words, we are all part of something greater, and every experience, even the painful ones, is an opportunity for us to learn, grow, and contribute to the whole. And when you face hardship or disappointment, instead of getting frustrated, you can ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this experience? Embracing amor fati allows us to develop a profound sense of peace because we stop resisting life's natural flow. How to live with purpose and meaning. Lastly, being a Stoic teaches us the importance of living with purpose and meaning. When we align our daily actions with our deeper values, life takes on a greater sense of fulfillment. The Stoics believed that a life of purpose is a life of joy because we're not simply reacting to circumstances, we're actively choosing how we want to live. Reflecting on what truly matters to you, whether it's your family, your work, your health, or contributing to the well-being of others, gives you a sense of direction. It allows you to move through life with intention, rather than simply drifting along with the current. And this sense of purpose brings a lasting fulfillment that no external success can match. Being a Stoic isn't about avoiding the challenges of life. It's about meeting them with a calm, rational mind and a steady heart. By focusing on what we can control, practicing emotional resilience, and living in harmony with nature, we can build a life that's rich in peace, fulfillment, and wisdom. It's a philosophy that empowers us to turn every experience, good or bad, into an opportunity for growth. As we conclude this exploration into being a Stoic, remember that the principles we've discussed are tools that you can use to shape your life. By applying them daily, you can cultivate a mind that is unshaken by life's storms, a heart that is filled with gratitude, and a spirit that is at peace. And that, in the end, is the Stoic path to lasting fulfillment. If you found value in these teachings, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Dive deeper into Stoic philosophy and explore how it can transform your life, one day at a time.